Go to investorthrive.com right now to check out some of our free training on how you can make money as a real estate investor, or schedule a time with me so we can chat about our mastermind mentorship and how we can help you learn how to wholesale nationwide and grow your business. We are live, everybody. I'm super excited. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to find deals. Right now, if you're in this chat, I want you to say, where you're from and, if you've gotten value so far from what I've said. I kind of want to just hear from you guys just to make sure you're there. Yeah, as you do that, next thing I want you to do is I want to know how many of you guys, how much money you have to spend on a marketing budget. That's what I really want to know. In the chat, I want you guys to write what your marketing budget is every month, okay? Because that's really important in wholesaling. If you do not have a marketing budget, a lot of people struggle with that. They're like, I don't know how to get leads. They're like, I don't know how to get leads without spending. I'm going to show you two ways. I'm going to show you paid marketing, which is the most affordable way, that's why we have Christine for Batch Leads. Thanks, Christine, for coming on. I'm going to show you the most affordable way to market with a paid budget, and I'm going to show you the best way to get leads with $0. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So we got Vonda, great info. Thanks. Okay, so your budget is $2K a month. Great, Vonda. That's a healthy budget. Okay, I would tell you don't really need that to spend that much if you don't want to. I mean, you can spend it if you're seeing a return. Do it. But what I'm going to show you today, you don't need to spend that. But I'm sure if you do spend it on batch leads because they're the best. Alex, what is your marketing budget? I'm very curious with everybody else. I do want to know, and if you don't feel comfortable saying zero or your number, just say, Nate, I don't feel comfortable disclosing my marketing budget. Okay, so all right, Alex, no problem. 200 a month. Okay, what else? We got Cedar City, Utah. Welcome. I've gotten a lot of value. Okay, I plan to be out on the looking for deals. My marketing budget is as little as possible for the time being. Okay, anybody else? So let's just go right into it, everybody. I mean, nothing to it but to do it. So let's talk about it. So everyone's got some people have a budget, some people do not. Okay, that's fine. That's why we're talking today. All right, and let's just dive right into it. And everyone knows that's been on my challenges. I think that mindset is one of the most important things to succeeding in life, as in your personal lives and in real estate. So real quick, you guys already know that we're going to talk a little bit about mindset, and I'm going to give you an action step today on what you can do to improve your mindset. Okay. So, all right, guys, so let me tell you something. If you've never written yourself a letter or like a note to yourself, you should, because it helps you in many different ways. I do want to know, has anyone in the group that's watching this, has anybody written themselves like a letter to themselves in the future of something that they believe would happen? I want some feedback. I think I heard of a story that like Jim Carrey, he like wrote himself a check for like $1 million before he was like a successful actor. And then, he basically was able to cash it like a couple years later because he manifested that to himself. So we got Alex, yes, and a blank check. Okay, we got a blank check, and then we have someone writing a letter. Has anyone else written a letter to themselves? I'm curious, and if you haven't, I want to know if you haven't either. That's okay, because you're gonna get to do it today. Okay, not on this call, but with what I give you, you can do it. Anybody else taking the time, the energy to write themselves a letter? Writing down goals works. That's right, Vonda. That is exactly right. I mean, I'm a huge proponent of goals and doing that. Anybody else? Okay, we'll just hop right into it. Okay, so guys, I have a yearly goal letter. Okay, and I'm going to give you the format to do it. A yearly goal letter can be a game changer. And I already asked you guys if you've done one. Why should you write a yearly goal letter? Okay, I always want to know why. Nate, great. You tell me why should I do it? Well, if you guys have ever read the book, The Secret talks about, the law of attraction, manifesting things by speaking positively out loud. It works. I'm telling you, it works, guys. Speak it in. One of the benefits why you would do it is you speak it into existence. Law of attraction as well. If you believe you're going to have something, you're going to get it. Know what you want. It's also going to tell you, you can write down what you want. It's going to give you a clear vision and help you know what you want. Now, guys, let me tell you something amazing, something really cool with the law of attraction. You guys probably are like, Nate, that's a bunch of BS, but it's not. You know why? Because I wrote a goal down this year. I want to buy 10 units. I want to buy 10 properties. What did I just do yesterday? What can someone guess that I just did yesterday? That was something I wanted to do this year. On top of wholesale and coach, I wanted to keep 10 properties for myself. What do you guys think? What do you think happened yesterday? Just curious. Maybe that's not the best question, but maybe somebody will get something right. What do you got? Anybody? Because of the law of attraction, what do you and me wanting 10 properties, what do you think I found? Found the opportunity for 10 units. There you go. Because I had this goal and I wrote it out in my mind and I believe I got it. I just yesterday got, still sweet, 8 units under contract, okay, to buy an apartment complex here in Utah. Okay, 8 units. And by the way, the goal was 10, and I kind of teetered between, okay, do I keep 10 or do I do just 10 personally outside of my business just by myself? So I'm closing a deal this Friday, the one that I'm talking about on this challenge, through the opportunity that I did, so that I could technically say like 9 by myself, but let's just keep it to 10 that I'm keeping. I signed a contract. I'm closing on it in 30 days with some business partners, 8 units. Okay. Do you think that would have happened if I didn't believe or write down that I think I thought I could do it? Not even close. When I was growing up, I didn't think owning real estate was even an option for me. Like, I didn't think of that. I was like, I'll just get a job. But because I put myself around the right people, I've done these specific techniques that I'm teaching you. This is stuff that millionaires have taught me. This isn't something that I woke up and I said, hey, I think this would be a good idea to tell my people. No, this is something that people have shown me that are worth millions of dollars, and I'm showing it to you because that's, you pay it forward, right? So cool. That's why you write yourself a yearly goal letter. Now, right here, guys, is my physical copy. So you know that I'm not just making this up. Okay. I wrote it down October of last year. It's all coming up on October this year. Okay. So it's about 5 pages of specific things you write to yourself. Literally got it. And I won't say I accomplished everything on it, but I said I definitely got closer, and I got clear on what I wanted later on as I went. Okay. So here it is. And I'm going to give you guys these slides at the end. I mean, you all are going to have access to this 5-day challenge for free. I'm hooking you guys up. So here it is. If you want this tool, if you want what I'm showing you, I'm giving it to you guys for free. I created a way where if you just put in your email, it gets sent to your email. So if you want it, you have to, obviously, if you're watching live, you got to be hopping into the Google Meet, because that's all I'm sharing with is people that are in the Google Meet currently. So click on the link in the description if you aren't in it. But yeah, here you go. So there's the link. You click on it, fill your email address, and you're going to get the template to do it. Okay. I think Alex Williams said, I did the same and have a meeting tonight at 7 p.m. with a partner for 65 units in Texas. Alex, way to show me up, bro. I got 8 units, and you're like, yo, I'm getting 65. Nate, step up, get your weight up, Nate. I'm just kidding, man. That's awesome. I'm super happy for you. Everybody, let's give in the comment section, let's give a little congratulations to Alex. I'm gonna be working for you one day, bro, with 65 units. I'll be the maintenance guy over there. I'll be trimming the lawns for 65 units. I'll do the lawn care. How's that? But yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. And that's how this happens, is you believe that you can do it. You know, what's the difference between everyone in this call and the people, you know, that are working normal jobs? I would just say we're going for what we want. I'm not saying everybody has a normal job isn't going for what they want, but I'm just saying, like, we are going for what we want. We're here, we're making moves. That's why we're here. Okay. So let's take a look really quick at, what the format of this thing looks like. Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to fill it out. And guys, mine's coming up. I wrote it in October of last year on the 8th. So I got to make a new one, but here's what it's going to look like. So this kind of gives you an idea, like write a letter dated to yourself 1 year in advance. So today, if you guys get this and you fill it out, you're going to be writing a letter to yourself in 2023, right? October, what is it? September 21st, 2023. And you're going to say, hey, I'm really happy, family. I'm really happy because I just bought 65 units, or I have a wholesaling company that's crushing it, or I, whatever your goal is, you're writing to yourself in the future that this has already happened. Okay. So you start with your business and career. So let's give an example. Hey, this has been a great year. I'm really excited because Investor Thrive has taken off. It's helped more people make money. It's helped people succeed. I'm really happy. I have over, let's say, 100 students, and let's say 50% of them have made over $1 million. Right? I'm very happy about that. That would be an example of how I would fill this out. Okay. So then you have you have family relationships. So you would fill this out and say, I'm really glad, family, that, I'm really glad that my family was able to move into a new home, or, I was able to spend more time with my family. I'm really glad that now Real Estate Nate, he's got a 6-pack. I'm shredded. I'm going to bodybuilding competitions. I'm jacked. Okay. That's not necessarily what I want, I do want to get good at jujitsu and be extremely healthy, but that's an example, right? I don't need to beat the dead horse. Guys, you're just writing a letter to yourself in the future saying what's going to happen. You're going to read it in a year and it's all going to happen. Okay. So you need to do this. And I gave you the template to do it. It's pretty cool. I love this kind of stuff. I love real estate, but I love mindset because I know this is what holds everyone back from believing that they're the greatest salesman that believes they can achieve what they want. It's all in your head. Okay. So there you go, everybody. That is the mindset part of today's challenge. Now, for what you're all here for, okay? Because I know you're all here for how to get some real estate deals, okay? But first, for the noobs out there, and don't be ashamed if you're a noob. I was a noob. We're all noobs at something, anything once. I'm a noob at buying apartment complexes. I've never done that, so I'm doing it with business partners. So for the noobs out there, what is a real estate deal? It's pretty simple, but maybe some people don't know what a real estate deal is. They might think it's any property. That's not the case when you're doing this. Any chance, I think Johan said, any chance you can plug the template in again? Yeah, I think if you join later, maybe you don't see the chat, but the previous chat, but here you go. And by the way, guys, ask me questions. I'm more interested in answering your questions than just talking, right? So I'll just go. And if you have something I'm talking about, let's talk about it. Okay, so what is a real estate deal? Again, it's not just a deal. It's not just a property on the MLS, because that would technically, every property would be a deal. I mean, if you're looking at it like that, but that's not what we do. We look for discounted properties. So what is a real estate deal? My terminology is deal. A real estate deal is a property that's discounted low enough so you can sell it to another end buyer for a profit or keep it as an investment for yourself. So it has to have margin. It's got to have enough room so someone can make money or you can make money. That's, I think, the number one problem with wholesalers right now is they don't know what a deal is. They struggle knowing, and they waste a lot of people's time and they waste their time. They spend all this time talking to some guy who's a broker, has his license, and he's like, yeah, I'll sell. And they talk to him, they follow up, they waste all their time, and they finally make that low ball offer. And the guy's like, no, I don't need to sell. I can just list this thing. That's the problem with, if you do not have the right sales process and know how to talk to sellers, you're going to waste a lot of time. You're going to waste a lot of money. What I do is I help people master the sales process and how to get deals. Okay. I focus on how to get deals and how to negotiate deeply discounted properties. But today we're not going to be talking about negotiation necessarily or getting the price really low. We're going to talk about where to find them. Okay. Because once you find them, then there goes the negotiation, the sales process, and the skills we'll hit on later. Okay. So why should you find real estate deals? Well, the question is, why are most of you in here? You want to make money, right? That's why you find real estate deals, plain and simple. But I had to come up with some more bullet points because I couldn't just have one. So why should you find real estate deals? On top of, you're all here to make money. If you're not here to make money and you're here to revitalize communities, you're probably lying to yourself, because if you just want to revitalize communities and make neighborhoods nice, just go pick up some trash in a neighborhood. You're helping out. That's probably not why you're in here. You're in here because you want to make money, provide a living, a dream life for your family and for yourself. That's why you're here. But the great thing about what we do is we do also provide value. We do both. So it's a great job. You make money and you provide value to buyers. If you're a wholesaler, you provide value yourself if you buy it, or you help sellers that need to sell fast. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've helped sellers out. I had a property in Colorado. This guy was like 60 years old, millionaire. Didn't really have any problems with finances, okay? But he had $1 million house where the tenant would not pay rent. He wouldn't leave. And check this out, guys. The tenant was a bodybuilder. He was jacked. He had long hair. He had tattoos. He had piercings in his cheeks and his nose. This guy was scary. The landlord was like, man, I'm scared, Nate. He told me that. He's like, I'm worried for my life. This guy is mean and he's tough. And I'm like, dude, why'd you rent it out to him? He's like, we used to be buddies. We used to be a part of this community together. But now, he's gone off the wall. I can't deal with this. Money was not a problem for the guy. He was a millionaire. He had $1 million property, but the tenant wasn't paying. So I said, look, I'll help you out. I'll buy the house and I'll take care of the tenant. Okay. So what did I do is I ended up working with my network and I wholesaled it to an investor. I made $50,000 on one deal. Didn't even see it. Never walked it. Never even met the seller. Sold to my buddy. And my buddy ended up flipping the house and making $156,000 because he flipped it. I think he put in maybe minimal. Let me ask you guys, do you think I helped that guy? Even though I made 50 and the other guy made 156, do you think I helped that guy? Do you think he cares that I made money? I want to hear what if you guys heard that story, If you're paying attention, I want to hear in the comments, what do you guys think? Do you think I provided value to that person that needed to sell quick with ease, convenience, and speed? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Solve the problems. Yes. The dude was scared. Guys, I was scared. Oh gosh, I was scared because this guy was like an ex-Marine. He was a tough dude. I think he even grew, I don't know what happened. He was like growing some crazy stuff in the house. But anyway, I solved that problem. The buyer was happy. The end buyer that I worked with, I was happy. And everybody wins. Okay. And mutually beneficial. So don't you ever think because you're a wholesaler, you're taking advantage of people. That's not what we do. I tell everyone I work with their options, a part of my sales process too. I say, hey, are you sure you want to sell it to me? You can list it. You can fix it up. You can keep it as a rental. You can do many things. I will buy it. I'd love to, but you don't need to sell it to me. I'm not going to pay you, as much as you could get from these other ways. I say that. I literally say that. You guys don't think I say that, but I do. Because I'm trying to give them a solution to their problem. If they say, yeah, Nate, I might list it. They're like, okay, great. Well, maybe I know some agents I can put you in touch with. This job is not about convincing people to sell you at a discount. This job is about finding people that have certain situations and helping them, right? And how does that work? You're providing value to the marketplace by giving it to buyers, helping out sellers, making money. Okay. So if you're interested in that sales process, again, we're going to go over that. That's what I teach. I won't be able to go too deep into this challenge because this challenge is more about reverse wholesaling, but that's basically my spiel on all that. Okay. So what have we talked about so far this week? On Monday, we went over the overview. Yesterday, we focused on finding cash buyers. We talked about reverse wholesaling. What is reverse wholesaling? It is the fastest, easiest, cheapest, best way to get a deal right now, especially with the market shift happening. You do not want to go spend 15, 20, even $5,000 a month on like a giant area where you don't know if you have a deal, you don't know, you're just guessing. Okay. That's not what we do. At least that's not what I'm doing. And I don't recommend you guys do that. Reverse wholesaling is having end buyers in mind, people that you know and what they'll pay. And then you connect them with deals that you find through paid marketing or you find it through organic marketing. I just made $10,000 or it's closing this Friday. I showed you guys the proof. I made $10,000 with a couple hours of work and having relationships with zero marketing spend. I know everyone on this call can do it too because I'm showing you how to do it. It's possible. Okay, number one, get focused on one area. Do not try to do the whole country. I used to do it. I still do it because I can do deals anywhere now. I have the buyers. I know how to do it. But I do not recommend anyone to go do it. It's painful. It's a lot of work and you don't need to do it. But you pick your area. Okay, so I got Salt Lake City. Utah's my main area. Utah's my area. I know how to do the whole state. But if you come to me and say, Nate, I got a house in Atlanta. I got a house wherever, I can help you. I know how to sell any deal anywhere, but I don't recommend everyone learn that way. Number two is you make a list of 10 cash buyers. We showed you how to do that. You find your specific cash buyers. Christina, that's on the call with me, she even let me know that she has a buyer. She has someone that she knows. Okay. So this is perfect for her. She has a job, right? But this is something she can do. What the strategy I'm showing you guys right now is something you can do full-time job, part-time job, no job. Okay. Anybody can do it. Find out what your cash buyers want. Very simple. I showed you guys how to fill out a form. I'm going to show you. I just made it yesterday, and I think I have a couple buyers that have already filled out my form. Okay, number 4, how to find the deals. You already have the buyers in place. Now you got to bring them deals. Okay. Number 5, once you find a deal, you actually have to analyze it before sending it to them. You do not want to send them a deal that's a piece of trash, and then they're going to stop looking at everything you send them because they're like, yeah, Nate, you keep sending me bad stuff. You're wasting my time. So you got to learn how to analyze a deal, and that is the free course that is on investorthrive.com. It's how to comp properties using batch leads and other resources. Okay. Once you have the deal, you analyze it, you bring it to your buyer. Number 6, number 7, you negotiate the deal with them, get it under contract, whether you're wholesaling it, you have it directly under contract, or you're working with someone else. And number 8, if your top 10 cash buyers don't pay you enough and you can make more, market the deal out, dispo it. That's what I did. I had a cash buyer that was willing to pay $255 for the deal that I had under contract. So I was going to make $5K. I said, I think I can make more. Let me make a couple more phone calls. I called a couple more people. It took maybe an hour. And then I got someone to pay $5,000 more. So it took me an hour from going from 5K to 10K. It took me an hour. Who would like to make $5,000 in an hour? I'm sure everybody would like to do that. I'm showing you how to do it. Before I get into finding deals through paid marketing, I need to check in on the pulse of the people watching this. Any questions? Are there any questions? Anything you guys want to say? I got to know that you're with me because right now we're about to dive into the juice. This is the juice, the paid and the free marketing. Alex, you're all good? All right. So guys, we're going to get into paid marketing. That's why we have Christina on here, and I'm going to have Christina. I'm going to have you come on in just a second, but let's review all the paid marketing channels that most wholesalers use. Obviously, there's thousands. There's probably so many different marketing channels, but let's go over which ones people usually use. So why do you need leads? Obviously, you want to find a deal. You want to make money. What marketing channels are available to get off-market leads? Okay, cold calling. Okay, we're about to get into that. Website, building SEO. I don't recommend building SEO for this kind of business. It's very expensive. I tried it, did it for 6 months, wasted a lot of money. You can do it if you want to waste money, but I don't recommend it unless you're an SEO wizard. Texting, great idea. Very inexpensive compared to others. Direct mail, don't recommend it. Very expensive. Return, the response rates on mail is like less than 1%. You could get lucky. I don't recommend direct mail. Pay-per-click, expensive. It works if you can stomach paying, you know, $400, $300, $150 a lead, and, you know, paying all that. I got a love-hate relationship with PPC. It works. I've gotten a lot of deals from it, but also I just hate spending that kind of money. Facebook ads as well can get expensive. A guy's just scrolling on Facebook, you know, middle of the night, he sees your ad, he clicks it. He might have the intent to sell, or he might just want to see what his house is worth. Facebook ads are okay. There's many companies that spend that kind of money and they generate tons of leads, and it works for them, but that you have to have like employees, you have to have a way to, you know, get to the leads ASAP, you know, a way to set yourself apart. Again, PPC is good, but yeah, only do it if you're ready. Driving for dollars, it can be paid and it can be free. You can get it like an app with batch leads. They do driving for dollars virtually, which I'm going to show you how to do on the screen right here. And you can do it for free with a notepad, but I'm putting paid because, you know, I think you should get the app because it makes it way easier. TV commercials. Commercials are great. I have a buddy in Arizona who's done hundreds of deals off of TV commercials. He tried it in Utah where I'm at. It flopped. It kind of depends on the market. I ran a commercial, flopped. I think we had 2 phone calls and spent $5,000, and one of the phone calls is fake. That's what happens when you do paid marketing. You spend money, you hit big sometimes you don't, okay? But cold calling and texting, I think, is the best way to do it. Now, you have radio. I've never done radio, but I've heard, you know, that might be a good demographic to target. I've never done it. And then you have RVM. I don't recommend RVM. I'm just giving you guys my opinion, like, on this. Like, you can do any of these, but I'm telling you where I've seen the success in my business and where we've gotten deals. RVM, it doesn't really work that well. And we can have that conversation later. So what we're going to focus on right now, guys, is just how to start cold calling. And we're going to have Christina come on here. And after we talk about cold calling, we're going to dive into a little bit of texting. We're not going to go too much into texting. If you guys want to do, like, learn more about that, we can do maybe another challenge or live another time. But today's just cold calling because I don't have all the time to go over this. So Christina, I'm going to have you hop on in a little bit. I'm just going to go over some of these points, and then you're going to do a quick walkthrough of it, right? So what do you need to successfully get cold calling set up, everybody? Well, you can't call anybody if you don't have someone to call. So you got to get lists and data. Okay, so there's PropStream, there's batch leads, there's list source, there's the guy in India that keeps on messaging you every 5 minutes in your DMs on Facebook saying he's the skip tracer, he's got stuff. Yeah, you got VAs blasting you. I mean, if you guys look at my spam folder on Facebook Messenger, it's full of people that say they got lists. Okay, don't do any of them. Do batch leads. The reason I'm telling you batch leads is where it's at is because it has cold calling that's integrated. It's got texting. It's got driving for dollars. It's got lists. It's got everything you need. Okay. PropStream. I used to use PropStream. No hate on PropStream. They just don't have everything integrated, right? So if you have PropStream, try batch leads. I have a link right here that you guys can do a free trial. And you know, if you guys don't want to try it, I don't know why you wouldn't. It doesn't cost you any money, and they give you 1,000 records that you can literally, with what I'm going to show you today, you can pull, sign up, pull them. If you don't like batch, which is not possible, you can cancel it. Okay. Once you get your list from batch leads, you're going to skip trace them. That's another great thing about batch leads is you can skip trace all through batch. So you pull the list, you skip trace it. Other platforms like List Source, you got to pull the list, then you got to take it to another website to get skip traced. It's kind of a waste of your time. Okay. Once you skip trace, so you pulled the list. So this is normally the workflow. You pull a list of people you're interested in marketing to. You get a guy named John. All you see with John is his last name and his address where he lives. That's what a list has. You have to skip trace it in order to get his phone numbers, his relatives' phone numbers, his email, so you can call or text them. If you only mail, then you just need a list because you're not mailing to their phone number or whatever, direct mail. Once you have the skip trace information, you put it into a multi-line dialer, which is batch dialer. If you do not have batch dialer, here is a free trial. I'm hooking it up. Go give it a shot. They'll even, I think, even have like a support person that will help you if you sign up for batch dialer. Christina's going to go over that. And there's once you have a dialer, you can either call yourself or you can hire a virtual assistant to do it. You can find your own virtual assistants to do it, or you can hire some that I use. I have ones in Egypt that speak good English that you can use, and you know, they'll call for you. They're like $6 an hour. They're usually like $6.50, $7, but with my link, you get a discount. It's $6 per cold caller. Okay, you just have to provide the dialer. You need a script. Here's a script on how to cold call. I'm giving it everything for you guys. You no more thinking about anything. Just follow the steps. Where can you find these resources? Obviously, they're on my website. My website literally has everything. If you've paid for coaching before, you shouldn't have, because I give you everything you need here for free on my website. What softwares to use, scripts, all that stuff. And you know, like I said, I do coach, but I mainly work with people to help them master the sales process, and I train acquisitions people and their reps. But yeah, this is everything you need if you want to get into wholesaling. Let's see. And then there's a blueprint right here that you also get that like shows you how to, you know, what list to pull. I mean, it's all here. But we're going to bring Christina on to show us how to walk through batch leads on a batch dialer, and then I'm going to show you guys how to use batch leads specifically to market to specific areas where your buyers want. Okay, so Christina, everybody welcome Christina. She is works for Batch Leads, so she's going to show us the good stuff.
All right, hey everyone, thanks Nathan. Do you want me to share my screen now, Nathan?
Yeah, I'll stop sharing my screen. You can share your screen.
Cool. All right, let's make sure I get the right window. All right, so here is, once it loads, the batch dialer. So I am logged in as an admin. And when you log in, you'll either log in as the admin or you'll log in as the agent. But I'm going to show you the basic functions of how to create a campaign so that you can put your imports, your contacts into that campaign, and then go ahead and start calling them. So over here, let me switch accounts to the test. All right, there we go. We're in the right roles. Okay, cool. All right, so over here, we're gonna go to our campaign. Just to show you guys over here in the dashboard, this is a snapshot of everything that is going on with your team, with your account. So if you have people calling, you'll be able to see what their average call is, what their average wait time is, how many connects. You'll be able to see all of your agents, and this little key tells you, what status they've put themselves in. So you'll know who's on break, who's calling, you'll know who's on calls, you'll be able to see everything. So that would be if you had like a team. So in order to start calling, you have to start out with a campaign, and you can see I have a lot of campaigns in here. So I'm just going to create a new campaign, and I don't know why that won't go away. There we go. So there's a little button up here called New Campaign. And this is what you're going to start off with. So before you start calling, you've got to tell the dialer what you want, how you want that campaign to act. And so you're going to start with the dialing mode. And we always suggest that you use the predictive dialer. So the reason that you're going to use the dialer is so that you can do more calls in less time. So if you were to pick up your cell phone and make a phone call every single time, you'd have to dial that number, you'd have to call, you'd have to wait for them to answer, leave a message, hang up, and then do it again. So with the predictive dialer, it's going to automatically dial those phone numbers that you've put into the campaign. So it's a lot faster. So agents, you're going to pick your agents. So you can add one agent, two agents. So if you're setting this up for yourself, you can just add yourself as the agent. If you need to create an agent, you can do that also right here without having to go to your settings or anything like that. Just want to make sure your account has enough agents. Mine apparently does not. So over here, you're going to pick your phone numbers. So these are going to be the phone numbers that you've purchased through Batch Dialer. And you want to make sure that you're picking the phone numbers that are in the market that you're going to be calling in. So we're just going to grab this number. You want to use a good formula that we have is for every 100 calls you're making, you want to use one phone number per every 100 calls. So depending on how many calls you want them to make, that's how many phone numbers you would add to that campaign. So here is the contact list is who you're actually going to be calling. So you would want to import your list. So you could either import that right here by uploading, clicking this button, or if you found your list on Batch Leads, all you'd have to do is send them right over from Batch Leads over into the dialer, and then you'd be able to find that list right here. So we're going to go ahead and choose, we'll just choose any list for this purpose. You'll want to name your campaign. How you name it is up to you. We'll want to pick your call results. So what the call results are when an agent calls or when you're calling, after you call, it's going to pop up a little box that's going to say, how did this call go? And your call results are going to be how that call went. So you can customize these per campaign. So you can take out test, voicemail drop, and then you can also add if you wanted to, or you could create your own as well. So you can customize this to act however you want it to. And then you're going to pick your script for your agent. So we actually have this default here that it is a script that was written by one of the #1 performers in the industry. So that comes inside of your Batch account. So if you don't have anything and you're just getting started, you're welcome to use that. You can also add your own scripts over here, and you can customize these by, personalizing them. You can add your agent's name as well so that they can literally just look at this and read it and continue on with that phone call once they get a connection. So over here, this is advanced configuration. I'm not going to go over this. Essentially, you don't need to do anything. I just wanted to point it out because all of these features in the advanced configuration have to do with your connect rate. So we have pre-selected behaviors or rules back here to ensure that how you're dialing out is going to result in the highest connect rate for you. So I'm not going to go through those. At this point, you're ready to save your campaign and start calling. Dang. So we'll save that. Do you guys have any questions while we're waiting for it to load?
Yeah, I don't know if doing a pretty good job.
All right. So now that our campaign is
no questions, they're saying. No questions.
No questions.
You've done this so many times. You answer all your questions all the time.
Well, I try to go slow. So
Johan says, I wasn't using Batch to its full capacity when he had it. Well, that's usually what happens is, there's this technology does so much. It's so hard to, you almost need to sit down or watch a demo or have someone help you through it. So yeah, that's why we have Christine on.
Very cool. Okay. So as an administrator, I can log out and log back in as an agent, or I can just demonstrate this here for you. So this bar up here, when you're ready to start calling, this is what is going to be important. So you can see once you click that down button, you're going to have several different options. When you're ready to call, you're going to want to click available. Now, one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is that there's no start or stop or, button to actually initiate one phone call. Once you hit available and choose your campaign, it's going to kick you right in and it's going to constantly call. So you have to make sure you're ready before you hit available. And then you also want to make sure that when you are done calling, that you're just going to pause and put yourself in a different status. So that way you're not getting connected to more phone calls. So we're going to go ahead and pick, I think that's the campaign we set up. But
they're real people on there. I'll talk to somebody.
Yeah, let's see. This is like a demo account. So if it were calling right now, these two buttons would light up. So I'm going to explain what's going to actually be happening. So we've basically told the system that we want to call 2 phone numbers at a time to maximize our connect rate. So if this was a real campaign, it would be calling right now, and then it would connect automatically so that you or your agent will just hear a beep in your ear. It'll go do, 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 and then the person will say hello, and you'll be able to talk to them. So let's actually see if we can pick a different, let's try this one. We'll have Nathan talk to him. So see, this campaign was set up to call 3 at a time. And the reason we do 2 to 3 is because if the dialer calls 10 phone numbers at a time and you get 3 connections, one's going to drop and you're going to lose 2 opportunities to talk to people. So we suggest, and this is in that advanced configuration space, to keep it at 3 or lower so that when you have a connection, you can actually talk. Okay, so it's not actually going to do it. Let's try one more campaign.
Next time, let's get a list ready. I'll call that one you're talking about in AZ.
Yeah.
Do that.
All right, let's try this one. Yeah, since this is a demo account, I don't think it's going to do it. Oh no, we just did.
Oh, I think I saw something.
I ended it. Yep, I ended it too early. Okay, so we're calling.
All right, what's the name? I got to see it.
This is Patrick McCullen.
All right, let's see if I can talk to him.
All right, so one thing that I want you guys to know is that here is what
talking?
happens.
It's running.
It is, but you know what? It is also a demo account. So it connected for demo purposes. I don't think it's a real person.
I was ready to lock Patrick up live, you know?
But here's what I want you guys to see. When you do have a connection, you're going to see all of their information. So especially if you transfer these over from batch leads, if you just push them into the dialer, anything that you've done in batch leads. So if you text message them, if you had making any notes, given them any lead statuses, lead scoring, all of that information is going to transfer right here into the dialer. So you can see over here on the side, you've got your script for your agent or for yourself. You have the info for the person. The property details would be right here. Any activities that have been done. So whether the activities have been done in batch leads or in batch dialer, you'll see all of those, any calls, any notes, any tasks, any campaigns that this person is. And so if they're in multiple campaigns, you'll see that here. Any notes that you or any of your team has taken on this person, whether it was over in batch leads in the text messaging section or over here in the calling section, these would be right here. And any lead sheets that have been assigned to this campaign or to this customer would also be here as well. So now I'm going to end the call so you can see these are now your call results. So we could easily just say, great call. We talked for a minute. I'm going to follow up with him tomorrow. He wants to talk to his wife or wants to chat with wife. We'll call.
You got to keep it organized, you know?
And then you can rate these calls as well. So if you liked the call, because they're all recorded, so you guys can go listen to them after. So if you feel like this was a great call, if you feel like you could have done better, you can actually rate it with whatever system you decide, and it will keep those notes. So now that we finished that call, it's going to go ahead and call again. And I'm just going to go ahead and end that because these actually aren't real. But I did want you to see how it does call 3 people at a time. One of them has dropped off. It's still dialing these other 2, and then it will connect. So that's how the dialer works.
Yeah, and if none of you have cold called, be prepared to be very upset and angry and feel every emotion that you've maybe have ever felt in your life all in 1 hour. People are gonna yell at you. People are gonna, that's just how it is. Okay. Like you just gotta, I'm numb to it because I've done so many sales jobs. And like when people say no or get upset, I know they're not mad at me personally. They're just annoyed for some reason. You don't know what's going on in their life. So just know that that's what it is. And it's not a big deal if someone gets upset at you. It's not.
Are there any questions on how the dialer operates? Or any questions for Nathan about cold calling?
Yeah, anything you guys got. This is why we're here. I wanted to show you if out of all the paid marketing channels that I recommend, it's cold calling and texting. You know, all the other ones I don't recommend. So that's why I have her on here. You know, I think Batch Leads is, they got it locked in. But it doesn't, I think you did a good job. You know, either everybody's sleeping or they have nothing to say. What?
It's probably one of those things too that when you get in and you start clicking it, you know, then that's when the questions arise. So Nathan, did you share your link or do you want me to share that?
I shared it a little bit earlier, but I got to share it again because it looks like when new people come in, they don't see previous links. So here's a 7-day free trial, everybody, on Batch Dialer. Okay. So, I mean, if you want to try out cold calling, I would recommend it. So we're going to do really quick as batch leads now, because Batch Dialer is separate from Batch Leads. Okay. You need Batch Dialer to dial. Batch Leads is for lists. It's for, you know, pretty much what I'm going to show you guys right here. So Christina, I'm not going to go like I would say we could do the texting, but maybe we can do that another time to actually show people how to do it, because this call, I want to just keep it like kind of not too in depth on that, right?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me pull up Batch Leads really quick. Okay, before I dive into this, does anybody have any questions or want me to clarify anything? While I'm waiting for some people to answer, again, if you're in the live and you're not in the Google Meet, click on the link in the description, come in here, participate. You're just really, Christina, there's people that are in the live that are just watching me talk, and I'm like, why don't you come in? Let's see my screen, see what we're doing. Real quick, while we're waiting for, hey guys, just give me any pulse, just show that you're still there. I'm gonna take my TV and I'm gonna show you how to drive for dollars on this bad boy. It's pretty cool, but yeah, so just comment and then I'll get back to you. Lindsay has a pulse. Check this out. This is like a giant iPad. It's really cool. It's kind of weird. Sometimes the TV makes that kind of look, you know, but it's whatever. So this is the TV. This is Batch Leads, but I'm also going to share you my screen, and then I like driving for dollars on this thing. I think it's cool. So let me share my screen and we'll go right back into it. We are here just watching, Alex. I love it. Yeah, man, maybe if we talked and we were communicating, I wish we were all in the room, because then I'd be able to gauge the pulse a little bit more, but I appreciate you guys commenting. Thank you. All right. So let's go here. All right. So this, everybody, is Batch Leads. Okay. So Batch Leads. So we're going to go back to the, let me actually drop this, get this out of the way. So what is this challenge all about again, guys? It's all about reverse wholesaling. Okay. It's about targeting a specific area to find a deal, not trying to get the whole state of Utah, the whole state of even all of Atlanta. It's not about that. Like, you can do that if you want, but I'm showing you guys how to specifically get buyers that are interested in a specific area and to find them specific deals so you're not spending all your money. Okay. So we walked through the dialer. So now let's go into this. So let me show you how to use Batch Leads to find specific areas. Is this training recorded? You dang right, John St. John. It's recorded. I got it recorded for you, and I'm going to give you a free coaching course on it, okay? So Batch Leads is, let me show you right here on the left-hand side, like what it does. So you got a dashboard. You can search for specific properties, like what we're talking about, like going for a specific area. You have lists. Once you pull the list, you can skip trace the list. You can run campaigns. You can do SMS or direct mail. You also can drive for dollars, which I'm going to show you on my screen. And, you know, then there's the inbox. I think that's where the messages go, and then reports. Okay. So let's do a specific example. Somebody give me an area that they know they have a buyer for, and they want to specifically get leads in that area. Somebody in the comment section, and I'll show you how to do it. Tampa. Okay. All right. We got two. We got Ron with Tampa. We got Raleigh, Alex, Phoenix. Okay. Cool. Let's do Tampa really quick. Tampa's a big place. Can you give me a little bit more specific area in Tampa? Baltimore. Okay. Let's go with Tampa. Ron, what specific area in Tampa are we talking about right here? Seminole Heights in Tampa. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can see that. Can I see that right here by just looking at this map, or do I got to type it in? Is it? Give me kind of an idea. Oh, wow, your boy's got a good eye. Is it right here? Right? Is that it right there, Ron? Can you give me a thumbs up or say, is that the area? Zoom in. That's it. Is this it right there? Seminole? Yeah, yeah. All right, all right. We got it. Guys, I've never even been to Tampa. I'm actually going to Tampa next week for a mastermind event with some ballers. We got some guys that are legit all-stars. That's another thing I want to tell you. If you guys want to level up, you need to get around people that are above you. I'm about to go hang out with some millionaires, billionaires. I shouldn't be in the room, but you should be in the room, right? But I'm going to Tampa. I'm just letting you know. That's how you level up. Okay. So Seminole. So let's say, Ron, for example, you have a buyer that wants everything. What is this? Is this a road? Seminole Boulevard. Let's say you have a buyer that said, look, Ron, I will buy any 3-2 that you have that's west of Seminole Boulevard. So you'd say, okay, great. Well, let me find you a deal, sir. So we'll cut off here. We'll just, because we know what he wants. And then you can pick the specific area that your buyer told you about. Great. And this is what he says. He says, my budget, Ron, is $700,000. I will not go. Well, let's even see if that's normal here. Okay. He says, my budget's 800,000. I don't go above 800,000, and I want no more than a 4-2. Okay. So then you can, using this filter for what you want, like what you're looking for. Okay. So let's go to the top. Let's see, property characteristics, all classifications. You want residential. Okay. You want single family. You can even go townhouses if he wants townhouses. You can go general. Okay. So he's like, I don't want anything, a minimum. We won't put a minimum. I say a maximum of, I don't know if we even want a minimum. Let's see, max. I don't think max. So you'd say, okay, we want at least a minimum of 2 bedrooms. Okay, we'll just go minimum of 2 bedrooms and a minimum. It's got to have 2 baths. Okay. All right. So now you're seeing the criteria that's pulling. Okay. And he says, look, I'm not going to buy anything less than 1,000 square feet. Well, let's go 700 square feet. I'm not buying anything less than that. And he says, I'm not buying anything. I don't want anything older than 1970. Okay. So I think that's right. So minimum of 1970. Number of units doesn't matter. Lot size, stories. He doesn't care about stories. He doesn't care about any of this. Okay. So then ownership. Okay. So you want to kind of find out, okay, do I want to work with, company owned properties? I don't really care what it is. Okay. He doesn't care either. Years of ownership. Do I care how many years they've owned it? Not really. Okay. Do I care if they have liens or divorce or bankruptcy? Not really. How much equity? Okay. Equity percentage. Let's go a minimum. Let's just see what's out there. Minimum of 50% equity, because you want to know that there's deal in there. If there's enough juice in it. Loan type, don't care. Cash buyer, don't care. Demographics, don't care. Household size, blah, 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 blah. You can get as deep as you want, but let's just see what we got here. Okay, let's see how many records come up. Okay, so then you would go over here and you save that. You can save the filter too, but you got 620 properties west of the boulevard that qualify for what your buyer wants. So then all you would do is you would take this property, you'd select all, you'd add it to a list. Once you add it to the list, you'd skip trace it. I'm not going to go through all this because it's, can get pretty granular and I don't have to go through too much of it. But you basically can pick a list to a specific area that someone wants, and then you can put it into skip trace it, cold call it, batch dial it. It's pretty simple. Okay. Any questions? Not complicated at all. You pick an area where your guy wants and you find him a deal. and you said, hey man, I just spent all this time looking for a deal, you better buy it. And they will, because you guys have become tight. You're cool with your buyer. He's going to buy what you have because you talk to him and you're letting him know you're finding stuff. Any questions before I show you how to do driving for dollars? Anything? Because I'm about to go show you. I just don't want to move on if people have questions about this. Ron, I mean, this was your area. Do you have any questions, or did I explain to you pretty well how you can specifically go and target an area? It's all good. Finding foreclosures. Okay, so the thing with foreclosures, Batch sometimes has that data, but sometimes you have to go get that specifically from the county. You're talking about pre-foreclosures, right? Because once it's foreclosed, then the bank owns it, and those are tough to wholesale. You want to find pre-foreclosures, people who are about to get foreclosed on. And like I said, that is a filter on Batch, but it depends. Sometimes, not no hate on Batch or any of the data services, but sometimes the data can be old because every data service sometimes gets, depending on where you live, gets the information a little late on pre-foreclosures. That's what my experience is. But yes, you can find it here. Any other questions before we go into driving for dollars and how that helps you find deals that your buyers want specifically? Okay, I'm bringing the mic over here and we're about to drive for dollars virtually. I want to ask you guys a question. Who has driven for dollars before? Who's gotten in the car and drove around? Yeah, I got Gene Perks. Raise their hand. Anybody else? Maybe I'll raise your hand. Use that little feature. Who has driven for dollars before? Okay, got Ron, Vonda. Guys, this is my experience with driving for dollars. It sucks. You got your head hurts. You're looking at addresses like this. You know, you're going back. You're stopping in front of people's houses, and they're like, some might come out and be like, "What are you doing in front of my house?" And you're like, "I'm just writing down your address." So it sucks. Okay, I've done it for hours. You got Johan got chased down by a neighbor's guard. Wow, that's dangerous. Okay. Now, I'm not saying driving for dollars is not a good thing to do. It just sucks. And, you know, you could say cold calling sucks and all that stuff. It's whatever. It'll make you money if you do it. But Batch is ahead of the curve. They know it sucks. So what did they do? Well, let's do it, everybody. So let's do the same thing. And let me see if I can bring the computer a little closer so you guys can see a little better. Okay. All right. So what you do is oh shoot, I needed to update this on my I needed to update this and it just said update it and I forgot to update it. So whatever, I'm going to show you on the computer. I was going to show you on my screen, but I'll show you on the computer. So same thing that we just did in Tampa. All right, so we're about to drive for dollars virtually. So we're going to Tampa. Okay, zoom out. You can actually put a specific address, but I'm just doing it like this. Where was that place again? What was it called? Seminole? Is that the word? It's right there. Got it. Parceled as a free app is really good. If you physically are driving and want to keep track, yes. Thank you, Gene Perks. Got chased down. All right, guys. So here we are in Seminole. Now, if your buyer's like, look, dude, if you can find me a piece of land or if you can find me a house in this neighborhood, I'll buy it from you. And you don't want to pull lists and cold call or text it yet. Well, this is what you do, everybody. So you take your little guy here, you drop him in the neighborhood your guy wants, and then it's pretty simple. You start virtually driving. Your neck is not about to snap. Your head's not hurting. It's not hot. My office is kind of hot, but it's not that hot. So you just look for properties that look distressed. And I'm not going to do this all day, but let's see if there's anything. Oh, so these people, I mean, nah, it just looks like they're redoing their yard. Unless their yard looks like that year round, then we got a problem. Okay, this one looks like they were selling it. I mean, that's probably an indicator that a little overgrown. The yard does not look good. That's something I would mark. Okay, but potentially got sold, but I would mark that. So let's keep going. Let's see. Okay. You're just looking for indicators like tall grass, broken windows, unkempt lawns, people. Sometimes you can just see people from Google hanging out on Google Earth and you're like, hey, this looks a little shady. That's maybe I'd mark that. Let's see. Let's keep going. Oh, yeah. All right. I see that blue house. That's ugly. And it can just be like maybe it not painted. This looks like an old granny's house. I'll just show you guys. So you're driving along. And by the way, you can have a VA do this too, guys. So all you do is you go save and you would call this one, for example, create a new list. You'd call it driving for driving for dollars, Seminole, right? D4D Seminole. Okay. And then you would create a tag that would be driving for dollars. And that's how you keep track of everything. So where I have it out here, where is it? Driving for dollars right there. So that's how you do it. You'd save it. And then this would create a list. So you didn't have to go spend money in your car. You didn't have to go get gas. You didn't have to hurt your neck looking back. It's not hot. It's way easier. And again, you can probably pay a VA $2, $3 an hour to do this 8 hours a day. And, you just got to make sure to train them on what looks like, what are indicators, because they're from the Philippines, so that it might be difficult to know what like a distressed property in a neighborhood like this looks like. But I know they can figure it out. I love my VAs, they're the best. So that's driving for dollars in a specific targeted area that you have a buyer for. Okay, so we've gone over how you can specifically go to an area instead of marketing around the world, the United States, or your whole state, your whole city, to talk to a buyer and say, what are you looking for? Let me actually find it for you. So cold calling, texting, pulling lists on batch, driving for dollars. What else? What other questions do you guys have before we get into the free marketing? Let's and if you don't have anything, just say no so I can move on. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions that I can cover about that? Nope. Ron, okay, no questions for you on that one. All right. Ron, let me ask you this. Do you think you'll do what I just showed you? Will you go drive for dollars, talk to a specific investor and, try and find them a property in an area? If you're not going to do it, that's okay. I just kind of curious who in here is like, hey, I'll do that. That sounds like a good strategy. Ron, what do you think? And if you guys think what I'm showing you right now is something that would be worth your time. I mean, the cool thing about what I'm showing you is you don't have to be on the dialer like 8 hours a day. You can pull a list of like 600 properties and you can just work really hard to get a hold of everyone on that list, and then you be done. So there's like a strategy to this instead of just doing it over and over and over and just hoping, right? Just being like, oh gosh, numbers game. This is like a sniper, right? Most wholesalers do the shotgun approach. They shoot it and they just hope anything hits. That's not what we do here. We are snipers. We go for specific properties because we don't have the time or the money or even want to just blast anyone and everyone and hope we get something. Okay. A lot more dialed in by reverse wholesaling. It is versus just driving for dollars. That was me for a long time. Johan, me too, brother. I used to just drive any neighborhood, and we would get deals, but it's stressful, and it's better to know this way, right? Okay, post this on job on Fiverr, and you can get someone in Pakistan for $1 an hour. Ron, let's go. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's exactly what I'm saying. All right. So who's ready to talk about how to make money, do this without having to spend a single dollar? How did I just make $10,000 by spending $0? That's a great return, right? I'm sure all of you and most of us want to make money and with low risk. Okay. And that's not something that happens a lot in real life. You can't really just make money without having to put up money. Right. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. All right, here we go. Don't blink because this is the good stuff. All right, everybody. So slideshow, paid marketing or organic free marketing. Okay, what is free marketing? Okay, sounds like a myth. It's not. I just made 10K. I've made over $500,000 off of zero marketing spend since I've started wholesaling. Like, I've spent a lot of marketing, but I've done that much just off of free stuff, right? Okay, so let's go over the free organic marketing channels. And there's a video here that kind of go a little bit more in depth with it. Here's all the ones that I personally use, and I'm going to go in depth on a couple of them. And Christina, if you're watching this, I'd recommend you do it. I recommend everybody do it, okay? Can you wholesale from Sunday and Homelight? You dang right you can, brother. And that's what we do. And I'll answer those questions, okay? Number one, network with agents and wholesalers, okay? I just did a deal with a wholesaler, okay? I get lots of deals with wholesalers because sometimes wholesalers can't find buyers. Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you a story. I just did a deal for 10K. Check out how crazy this is. The wholesaler I'm working with sent out an email blast. He's not from Utah, okay? He sent out an email blast with the same deal that I just sold to somebody. The same exact deal, nothing different. He sent it out. My buyer looked at it and didn't respond. He was busy. He didn't know the guy, whatever reason. I think he was, on a family trip. For whatever reason, he did not respond to that email. I talked to the guy, say, hey, I think I have a buyer. He's like, okay, bring it. And if it's a good enough deal, let's partner together. So I actually called my top 10 cash buyer. I called him. I said, hey man, I got a deal. You bought a townhouse for me a while ago. Do you want another one? He said, yeah, what's the address? I said, it's this. He's like, oh, I got an email from another guy with this deal. I looked at it, but I just didn't do anything about it. It's like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's the one I'm working with him on. You want it? He's like, yeah, tell me about it. I want in the comment section, I want to know why you guys think I was able to make $10,000 off of a deal, the same deal that he got already, but why did I get that why was I able to make that? What do you guys think? What enabled me to make that money that other wholesaler that did the same thing I did didn't get it done? Ron says personal relationship, because you had the connection with the buyer. That's it. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that wild, guys? So check this out. I'm doing this again today. There's another wholesaler that hit me up with a deal. It says, hey, I have a walkthrough that I'm doing. Can you come? I can't make it personally. I'm busy talking to you guys, but I can send one of my buyers there and then I can work out the deal, get in the deal somehow. I can say, hey, I brought the buyer. He's making an offer. Let me get a piece. That's not my deal. I didn't talk to the seller. I didn't negotiate. I didn't do anything. All I'm doing is connecting people because I have bomb relationships. Who would like to make money in this business by just having relationships? Or would you guys rather be on the dialer, negotiate with sellers, do all this, which is what you need to do? You still need to know how to do that because then you can make bigger spreads. What I'm teaching you right now is how to make money without doing that, but you need to know how to do both. I tried JVing with New Western, but it was hard. How do you do it with them, especially paperwork wise? I prefer the relationships. Same here. I'm a relationship guy. I know I can make a ton of money just off of just relationships. And guys, I've been running Investor Thrive, my coaching business. I've been running a wholesale business and I do this on the side. So this is a total part-time thing if you want, or you can do a full-time thing. It doesn't have to be full-time. Okay. So that's, you network with agents and wholesalers. Okay. Boots on the ground always makes a difference. Dang right. If someone shows up to the house, they're way more likely to get that deal and someone assign the deal to them than if, it's all over the phone. JVing. Okay, so JVing is huge. Okay, now networking with agents and wholesalers is a little different than JVing, in my opinion. Networking with agents and wholesalers is, talking to agents. They don't specifically have a deal under contract, but you're just talking and trying to gain, build that relationship. I have New Western deals come to me every day, signed a disclaimer with them. Yeah, so the thing, I'm going to tell you what to do, Ron. So just, I'll answer that for you. But yeah, networking, number one, networking with agents and wholesalers is a great way to get deals, but it's not JVing because you don't have the deal yet. JVing is when someone has a contract. That's what I did. The guy had a deal. It was under contract. It's not like he came to me and was like, hey, I got a deal. You're going to have to negotiate it, whatever. He had the house under contract. That's JVing. They have a contract. You find the buyer. You sign a JV agreement. That's it. That's number two. Another one of the best ways to make money with little to no marketing spend. Okay. Number three, making offers on Sunday. Now, Sunday just recently started charging like $500 for their platform. So it's not free. I'm sorry. I forgot to take that off. But what Sunday is they're basically wholesalers that let the sellers know they're wholesalers. They're like, hey, I'm not going to buy your house, but I have a pool of buyers that will make offers and I'll bring them to you. And if I can get you the best offer, then let's go for it. So that's what they do. So what we do is we make offers on Sunday and we either buy them because I flipped multiple properties on Sunday now, or I say, I just had my offer approved. I don't want this one, but I know somebody that will pay more than me. What do? So Ron, your question is, do they let you wholesale? They do not let you wholesale. So you have to double close. Double closing, you got to get transactional funding. It usually costs 2%, but you work that into your deal and it's worth it. So you actually double close, you actually buy the property with transactional funding, and then you sell it to them. We've done this multiple times. Sunday.com. HomeLight leads, same thing. I've flipped a lot of homes on HomeLight, paid them. Obviously, you got to pay them. So it's not free in the sense that you can do it for free. Like up front, it's free because you pay once you get the deal. But what happens is you get the leads, you make the call, you negotiate the deal. Once it closes, you pay them a commission. Now, what's happened on Sunday is HomeLight is I keep saying bought, and my wife is always like, it's not a word, Nate. And I'm like, all right, okay, bought. So we bought a lot of homes on HomeLight and sometimes where the spread isn't big enough or it's not going to work for us or we're overwhelmed, double close, wholesale it, right? It's not even wholesale, double close, sell. Okay, so making Facebook posts, okay, same thing. You're looking for deals, and I'm going to show you the right way to make a Facebook post for free. Christina, this is something you should do for your friend. Yeah, I'm going to show you the right way to do it. Getting deals from net worth Realty, New Western, other brokerages, same thing. You got to double close. But again, it's the relationships. Maybe you got a better relationship than Net Worth Realty does. Now, this is the thing, guys. When you're getting leads from Net Worth Realty, New Western, all this stuff, they blast it out to quite a few people. I know because I'm on their lists. The power is in the relationship. It's in the text message that I send to my guy and say, hey, there's a walkthrough. Can you go today? I sent one earlier. Okay. Guy didn't answer. Probably, he's probably busy. That's fine. So that is how you can do deals through Net Worth Realty. Guys, this is the deal. There's so many people out there looking for deals, getting deals under contract. They're all over the place. You guys can do it too. You can do it too. I do it, but there's so many deals there. If you have those relationships, you don't really need to that in depth. Okay. Or you can make money on the side while you're doing that. For sale by owner sites, Zillow, you got a specific seller that wants Seminole, buyer that wants Seminole. You look in Seminole in that area. When a for sale by owner lead pops up, you call, you say, hey, I'm talking to someone. What would you pay for this? Easy. Make offers on other wholesalers' deals. Okay. There's a video of me showing people how to make offers. So again, this is different than JVing. JVing, you're going to a wholesaler and say, hey, I have a buyer. Let's JV, let's split it. Making offers on wholesalers' deals is you are a buyer, you make an offer, you get it under contract, and you assign your contract to someone else. You didn't tell the wholesaler you're doing this, but you only do this if you have a buyer. And then at closing, they find out that, they made 15K, you made 10, and then your buyer bought it. And there's no reason they should be upset because they wholesaled it. You can wholesale a wholesaler's deal. Happens all the time. There can be like 7 people on a deal. There was a story. There's this deal in California. Guy got it for $400,000 from a lady. Somebody else said, I'll buy it. It was a wholesaler. He got it for like $600,000. He bought it from that guy for $600,000. So that guy made $200,000 fee. This guy that said he was buying it wholesaled it to someone else for like $750,000. That guy was a wholesaler. That guy ended up wholesaling to someone else for $900,000. So in the chain of events, that person that sold for $400,000, there's like 3 or 4 other people that made like another $400,000 because they all knew the right people, right? You can do that. You can wholesale a wholesale. It can be a chain of never ending wholesales of $5, or, it depends the title company. Sometimes maybe the title company be like, hey, this is crazy. I ain't doing this, but unlikely because they want to make their money. So you can do that, but I would not do that to wholesalers unless you have a buyer. That's why the reverse wholesaling strategy is money. Okay. Knocking and flying pre-foreclosures. So if you have a specific buyer that has an area that he likes, you get the pre-foreclosure list and you say, okay, he likes buying pre-foreclosures in this area. Let me go knock those specific addresses and leave flyers on the door when no one shows up, like if no one answers. Make posts on your social media to let everyone know you're buying in that area. Okay, so this is one of the most important things I want to teach you guys is you need to tell everyone in the world that you are a real estate investor. Everyone needs to know that because I've been doing this for 4 years. I waited until about 2.5 years because I'm not really big on social media, but I don't want to say I was ashamed, but I was waiting for a moment where I felt confident enough to do this. Don't wait like me. Okay. You're going to miss out on a lot of money. Do it right now. Today, let everyone in your social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever you have, say, hey guys, I'm a real estate investor. I flip properties. If you have anything, I'm looking in this area, and say an area where you actually have a buyer that wants it. That's why we reverse wholesale. By doing this and consistently posting, letting people know what you do, people will bring you deals. The Aplex I got was from a family member who didn't really know over the last, like I said, the first 2 years that I did this, but I started talking about what I did, and now I'm buying his apartment complex. So that's how it works. Okay. Now my family is like, hey, real estate Nate, Nathan, whatever. You got any deals? Like, we talk about it and they look for me. Okay. People care about you. Everyone has someone that cares about them. If you tell people what you want to accomplish, they're going to help you get there. I tell people all the time, like, hey, I'm trying to, aspiring real estate investor, coach, whatever. And people help me. Okay. Because that's just the world. People are good. They want to help people succeed. So talk about it. You will get deals from that. That's probably the cheapest, the easiest, the fastest way to do it. For you, Christina, talk about it. Post, say, hey, I'm a real estate investor now. I'm looking for deals in this specific area. Send me what you got. Okay. And then driving for dollars. We already talked about that. It can be free if you get a notepad. Okay. Before I go off and show you in depth on how to do maybe 2 or 3 of these, what questions do you guys have about these marketing strategies that are free, that don't cost you money other than Sunday Now? They switched their format. Any questions, clarification, anything you guys want to know? I think this is money, by the way. Like I don't know if any of you guys knew this, but this is all true. And I've made money, I'd say, from all these strategies. Okay. You really just got to hone in on what you want to do. And sometimes you got to do multiple of these, but you really got to know where you're looking. We got Alex saying, nope, awesome so far. Alex, I appreciate that. Is there a good day of the week to post or call? Good question. I would say anytime you call is a good time to call, because sometimes, it's hard to call. So anytime is a good time to call. And then the post once a day, it doesn't matter the time. I mean, I post so much that I think people don't even look at it anymore, but whatever. At least they know, at least they stopped looking at my stuff because they know he does real estate, right? Post so much that people unfollow you and they're like, hey, I don't want to talk to this guy. All he does is talk about real estate. He's annoying. But if they find a deal in all your posts that they saw were, hey, I'll pay you, I'll give you a finder's fee if you find a deal. There you go. Maybe that's a good thing. Post so much so people can't, even they know exactly what you're doing. Okay. Anything else, guys? And then I'm going to move on. It says you can sign up for free. All right, sign up for free. I think in order to make offers, you need to pay. But yeah, sign up for free. All right, JVing. Let's dive into a little bit more. What is JVing? It's finding other wholesalers' deals. Would it be okay to make a Facebook page? Wendolyn, what do you pay for finder's fees? Okay, these are good questions. Let's talk about them. Finder's fees, I would say a percentage of the wholesale fee. Be like, hey, I'll pay 10% of what I make on the flip, and then explain to them that's a wholesale fee. You can say 5%. You can do a flat fee of 500 or 1,000. The only problem with the flat fee, it's sometimes if you do a small deal, I mean, you don't want to give up half. Like if you do $1,000 deal, which you should do more than that, but that's the problem, being like a flat fee of 100 or 500,000 bucks. I usually do a percentage, or you could say something to the some like this. You could say, I'll give you $500 flat, or 5% of the fee, depending on which one makes sense. And then if it's like, when you get the check and you let them know what's going to be, you can say, hey, look, I'm barely making anything on this. I'm going to go with, giving you 10% or 5% of 1,000, right? I'll give you $100. Did that answer your question, Vonda? And Wendolyn, what are you referring to for making a Facebook page? I'm curious what you mean, a Facebook page for what? Because I have many Facebook pages, and I'm just curious what you're talking about, because Facebook doesn't really send people, or like if you post a lot on a Facebook page, Facebook's algorithm is like, forget your Facebook page, because no one cares about Facebook pages. They care about groups and personal profiles. I have multiple Facebook pages, and I post in them just as much as I do in my other profiles, and they barely get shown, again, because of the algorithm. Facebook's trying to get paid. So where's the most payment, the most interaction? It's in groups, and then, personal Facebook feeds. So Vonda, I don't see you coming with a follow-up question on why you want a Facebook page, or not Wendolyn, but no, don't create a Facebook page. It's a waste of your time and money if you spend any money. I know I spent about $10,000 building my Facebook page for my business. No one ever goes to it, and they never see it. Waste of time, waste of money. Oh my gosh. If I got my 10K back, I would never have made a Facebook page. Worst mistake of my life. Not worst mistake of my life, but it's pretty bad. Don't spend money on Facebook pages. All right, JVing. So what is JVing? We already went over it. Great, thank you. Yep. Finding other wholesalers deals and partnering with them. Simple. Okay. Recent 10K JV deal that I just did. So you guys know I am playing right here. There's the JV agreement between both LLCs. The assignment fee was 25. I get 10, and they get the remainder, right? 15. Cool, right? It works. It's closing. Okay. I got a whole course that goes in depth on how to find JV deals. I've just scratched the surface. And guys, this isn't to sell you on my JV course. I don't care if you buy it, but I just put a lot of time and energy and money into making it. But it goes into literally every way to find a JV deal, like where to go, the best places to do it. Like it goes basically what I did today. It goes in depth. And I think buying this or doing JVing is way, way, way better use of your time than, spending $500 on mail or $1,000 on mail. If you learn this strategy, you will get your return on investment 100%. If you do what I say, you know why? Because I just did it. All right. So this is a way to set up free notifications in a specific area to get listed properties that are distressed. Okay. I think you can do this in batch, but I'm going to show you how to do it in Redfin for free. So let's do it real quick. Okay, so here it is, everybody. Now, someone give me another area. Give me another area that you guys want to find you got buyers in. Comment and I'll show you how to do it. Okay. So where did you, Ron? But I appreciate you participating. That's awesome. Raleigh. Okay. Alex, you've been coming in with the heat today, so let's do Raleigh. All right, so this is how you get notifications now. Anytime a property that's distressed gets listed, and you can call it immediately. Okay, you go to Redfin, you type in the area. Let's see, Alex, do you want specifically Raleigh, or do you want like the county, or well, Raleigh's probably fine. Okay, so this is what you do. Obviously, you have to sign up and have a login to Redfin. Okay, so let's log in. Okay, I'm logged in. Okay, here it is. So all you do is you go to all filters, you type in what you want, again, specific to the price range that your buyer wants, specific to, how many beds and baths they want. You can filter that. You want houses. Does he want townhomes? Does he want 4 3s? Coming soon, active, under contract. So you want coming soon and active. Square feet, he says, look, I don't want anything over 3,000. I don't want anything over, no, we'll leave that one. Lot size, I don't care, year built. I don't want anything older than 1940. Let's go here. I want some garages. I have few leads in NC. Great. Yeah, Gene, network with Alex. Air conditioning, blah blah blah. Okay, so this is the trick. I've just been filtering it for what my buyer wants, and I go to fixer upper. So what that means is that anytime there's something on the MLS that comes and gets listed that has anything to say in the description that's fixer upper, handyman, fixer upper, help wanted, blah blah blah, it's going to alert. It's going to send you an email. Also, you can put specific keywords like cash sale. You can put specific keywords in there too. I'm going to refine this to make it I'm going to take away, I'm going to do any and see if anything show up, because it doesn't look like it has any. And there might not be any fixer uppers that it's finding at the moment in Raleigh. Let's see, fixer upper, but let's see, cash. Okay, cost, financing, agent listed, not agent listed. So you can do also by owner, if there's anything like that. I usually do by agents, and then I call them. I don't want foreclosures, Redfin listing only, but okay. So then there's no results, which is fine. But what you do here is you have this filtered, and then you save the search as Raleigh cash distressed properties. And then every time a property is listed, you get emailed instantly, daily, or never, and then you update it, and it's part of your whatever it's called. So let's draw. Let's make it a little bit bigger. I'm surprised that Raleigh doesn't have any things that fit the criteria. There can't be. I must be doing something wrong. There's got to be something. Maybe no one in that area uses the word fixer upper. There's no way. Hold on. Maybe I did something wrong, guys. For sale. Any townhouses coming soon, active, under contract. Wow, there's one. Okay. You still want to follow up with that person. No max. Oh, you know why? It's because I put the max at 3,000. I think. Well, no, that didn't do it. JK. So, okay, there's 3 homes now, 5 homes. It must have had, maybe the homes are a little older in this area, and I don't want to put, I guess it depends on what they want, right? But this is what you have to do. So basically all we're saying is, hey, any house or townhome that comes in this area, alert me. So then you can see the 5 homes right now. I could call this agent and say, hey, I see this has been listed for a while. I'd like to make an offer. And then, you find out what your cash buyer wants to pay. 93 is what it's listed for. Let's see, investment opportunity. See, that's kind of like what it's looking for, is the investment opportunity. You could call this agent. Don't call the agent that Redfin gives you. You're supposed to, they don't want to give you the actual agent here because they want you to use their listing or buyer's agent. So you got to call this. And yeah, I mean, that's how you set up the Redfin. Greensboro, Winston-Salem, and High Point. Yep. There you go. All right. So that's how you do the Redfin. And then you save it, and then you get email notifications. I have email notifications and I've set this up a couple times in specific areas, but yeah. And then you can just go here to, I think it's under email settings, and then it shows you Salt Lake fixer upper, blah, blah, blah. I've turned some of them off because they get bombarded. Distress homes to target Milwaukee. See that? Raleigh. Now it's going to alert me, but I'm focused. I'm like a sniper. I want Utah. That's it. Okay. Any questions on how to set up Redfin to get deals, to start getting incoming notifications, and then you calling those agents ASAP to make an offer? on a property that you know you have a buyer for. Any clarification? We're almost done, guys. I know we've been at this for almost 2 hours, but what I'm giving you guys is the keys to the kingdom, how to make money. Anything else? Any questions on how to use Redfin? All right. No. All right. So this is something that you guys have all seen and that you probably all do, and it's a no-no. Don't do this. Making posts on social media to find deals. This is what a lot of you do. Don't do this. You can do this, but I wouldn't do this because I'm not going to call you or talk to you. And I'm assuming a lot of people won't as well. But this is what you don't do. I have cash buyers in Baltimore, Maryland, Virginia, Houston, Florida, Atlanta. A guy pretty much is listing everywhere, looking for fix and flip. Send me your deals. Let's JV. So he's just going out there and being like, hey, I'm not the guy. I'm the middleman. I have buyers. I don't know if I believe him. Maybe he does, but he's not doing anything special. You saying, hey, I can JV with you, it's not really anything special. Okay. People will most likely not send you deals. I'm guilty of this. I also have a website where I say, hey, if you can't sell a deal, send it to me. I can sell it. Maybe the brand or like who I am, people probably believe me. You know, I have a ton of buyers, and obviously people submit a ton of deals that aren't deals, and we got to look through them, and it gets exhausting. But we've done lots of deals that way. But you going out and saying this, it's not going to work. I know this guy's got 16 people, but you know, most of them probably don't have good deals, in my opinion. But I wouldn't do that. Okay. Who's guilty of doing that? I am. Who's guilty of that? Who else is guilty? Okay, Ron, you've done it. Who else? Raise your hand if you're guilty of making the post saying, hey, I got buyers. Hit me up. Okay. Yeah, you're not special. Nobody's special for having buyers. You know, anybody has a buyer. Even the people in India and Pakistan and all the ones that say they skip trace, they say they have buyers. So that's why it's not a message that anyone cares about. This is what works right here, in my opinion. Do this. You are the buyer. You can get it done. And you say, I'm looking for some townhomes or single family homes to buy because of a 1031 exchange. Okay. This is someone else that has a 1031 exchange. But when I say I'm like we. Yeah, I could have even said we, but I put I. Okay. I am looking in Riverton because I'm basically acting in behalf of, you know, the buyer that I have, because I know he's not going to do this, or he's too busy. So I have the time. So I'm saying exactly what he told me, where he's looking. I literally took the location, everything he wanted, and I just put it here. I'm looking at Riverton, Harriman, Eagle Mountain areas. It would be nice if they could be off market, and I could get it somewhat of a deal. I will be buying them with cash, don't need financing. If you know of any or can send me some, please do email me. Tons of comments, tons of people sending me deals. That doesn't mean they're great deals, but this, in my opinion, is better because I'm the go-to guy. If this guy right here said, or if I said, hey, I have a cash buyer that wants a property in these areas, send them to me. I think, just from experience, that the response rate engagement would be way lower. What do you guys think? What do you think's better? Say one. Type one if you think one's better. It's okay. I'm not going to hate on you. Type one if you think one's better, or two if you think two's better. Which one do you think's better? Okay, we got Alex, two. Exactly. Yeah. So when you make your posts, do not represent, oh, I have hedge funds. Great. Everybody's got the hedge funds list right now. I'll give you my hedge funds list. It's free. You can find them anywhere. It's not a big deal. The value you provide is by having the relationship and getting stuff done. People want to work with people that have the money, not the middleman. You have to have the power and authority. Okay. Making offers on other wholesalers' deals, guys. I'm getting exhausted. I could do this all day. I couldn't do this all day because I'm done. But I have videos and I can explain this. This is how I made a video on how I make offers on other wholesalers' deals. I get the wholesalers' deals sent to my email. Here they are. I make offers on them. Okay. Pretty simple. And they're all coming to a specific folder that I call right here. As you can see, wholesalers' deals. They all go right into my email. They don't block up my inbox. They all go there. I look at them and I say, oh, this one right here is in Tooele. This one's in Hiram. I got a buyer in Hiram. Let me make an offer on it. How much easier could it get? Case study of a current deal I'm doing to show you that this actually works and makes money. How did I find the deal? Networking, having conversations on social media. This stuff works. I just made 10K in 7 days with no marketing spend and minimal time spent doing exactly what I'm showing you. Okay, here's the proof. What are you guys going to do about it? I know there's several people that have watched this, that will watch this. And the question is, what action are you going to take? Are you going to just come on the challenge today and tomorrow, as we talk more about diving deeper in this, and not do anything? Or are you going to find buyers? you going to find deals that I just showed you, and are you going to make money? And then are you going to message me and say, Nate, I made some money, and then join my coaching? No, but I need you guys to go do this because you need to make money. And by the way, about my coaching, I train people how to go master the sales process. I train acquisition reps, managers. It's acquisitions manager training. If you want to master getting bigger spreads, maximize your conversions, double your deal size, double the amount of deals, close more deals with less leads, that's what I do. I will show you how to negotiate, how to get a seller that wants 300,000 to accept a deal. You know, if they're in the right situation, $150,000 lower. That's what I specialize in. Okay. But what I'm showing you right now is like the basics. You need to just do this, go find some deals. I already have the video ready. On to the next tab on my computer. Well, let's go, brother. Let's get it. So this is the action step for everybody here. Go find deals and make money. That's it. I showed you how to get buyers, and I've shown you how to get deals. Okay. Go to batch leads. Again, if you guys haven't already, you need to go to batch leads and try the free trial. I don't know why you wouldn't. Use the paid marketing channels that I sent you. Batch leads is not expensive, especially if you're just using it for the driving for dollars and the skip tracing in specific areas. It's very affordable. It's not affordable for a lot of people if you're doing like a whole state and over 8,000, like 20,000 records, and you're doing that every week. That can get expensive. That's not what I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you to sniper it. Okay, so go to batch leads and get that. And then I already gave you, I think I gave you guys batch dialer to try, but I'm gonna give it to you again. So do batch dialer if you want to call. If you don't want to call and you just want to text and drive for dollars and knock doors, that's fine. Now once you've done that, go start doing some of my organic free marketing, set up Redfin, do any of the things that I sorry, my neck's hurting. I got people text me, but start doing some of the organic stuff. This is something, if you guys are interested, I am running. Rick, you and I still need to connect. Sorry, man, I got a little busy. Yeah, you guys need to connect. This is something I have for you guys if you're interested, and I'm only going to give it to certain people that I feel like can get it done. In my CRM, this is the last part of we're almost done. I have over like 8,000 sellers in my CRM that need to be followed up with. Okay. They've said, yes, I want to sell at some point in time. I've either paid for pay-per-click, Google, I've paid, they're from texting, cold calling, home light, Sunday. They're just leads. Okay. And there's a lot of them. And I can't go through them all. I'm too busy. But the problem with these leads, I'll just shoot you straight, is they're all over the United States. Does that mean we can still do them? Yeah. But this is kind of the opposite of what I'm teaching you guys. Like, this would be just calling sellers and trying to negotiate deals, and then we have to find the buyer, which is fine. I do it. That's what we do. But if you want to do deals yourself, I recommend reverse wholesaling. If you want my list and you want to, find the deal, negotiate it, take it the whole way, I'll pay you a higher percent. If you just get it under contract, then I can dispo it. Then obviously it's a different percentage. Like I said, there's 8,000. If I gave this list to everyone in this call, if I feel like you can do it, it's still like, I don't even think all you guys could call through 8,000 leads. And some of you might get a hold of some of you might not, but that's something I want to do to provide value to you guys, and it provides value to me, but it also helps you. So again, got a list of tons of people. If you guys want to call them, great. Again, I can't do it by myself. That's too many people to call. And I got other things I'm doing, coaching. I'm, doing stuff like this to help you guys do it. So let's see what we got. We got Vonda, you said you're interested. What else? I'm interested. I have a broker that does calls for me also. She does wholesaling. Okay. So let's do this. If you guys want the list, yeah, because the thing is, if I give it to you, I kind of got to know who's calling so you can follow up. Obviously, there's the honor system. If I give you a list and I never hear from you again, you get a $50,000 deal and you don't tell me about it, you're going to have to live with that. And I'm pretty sure you would live pretty nice. You'd be like, yeah, forget Nate. He just gave me a list, but I ain't paying him. But yeah, obviously I paid for these leads. I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars. So this is what we're going to do. I want you to message me on Facebook Messenger, message me directly, and we'll figure out like an agreement or something where you agree to a certain percentage. And if you get a lead deal from my list, obviously you're going to have to pay. I can dispo the deal, right? And that's how we can like keep of track. But if you do the whole thing, then I'll give you a higher percentage to dispo it. Honor system is important. So yeah, message me in Facebook. That's what I can do. That's the reward I'm giving for the people that have made it through these calls and feel like, made it on the value, like feel like I provided value. Guys, I don't think not a lot of people do this. Just give you all their leads That's freaking sick. I'm not tooting my own horn, but that's pretty cool. If I was a brand new wholesaler and someone says, hey, here's all my leads for my CRM, you just got to call them and see if they still want to sell and you can get the deals and we'll split it. That'd be sick. Okay. I'm doing other things now. So I would appreciate if you guys want to help you. Are you dying? Are you giving away all your things? No, listen, this is just the thing. Like I plan out my day every day and I just come to the terms that I can't run Investor Thrive. I can't, run a large wholesaling company with multiple sales guys and do challenges and also I can't do it. I have to focus on certain things and I'm being transparent with you guys. Like that's why I'm doing this, but I don't think I'm dying. I hope not. And that's my wife. She loves me. I love my wife. But yeah, so you got your instructions. Go get your lists, try out batch. I should even say, hey, you got to get batch to get the list. How do you like that? All right, guys. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad that you guys see some value. We're doing the challenge for the next 2 days and that's it. Yeah. So if you guys, please come tomorrow. It's the same link. Yeah, and I got some good stuff for you for the next 2 days. I promise it won't be this long. Today was a long lesson or challenge just because there's so much to go over when getting leads, but it's going to get better. Next 2 days will be shorter. We'll probably just work on certain sales techniques in order when you get on the phone with the seller to negotiate with them. Maybe we can call some people live the next 2 days and I can get another deal. All right, guys. Catch you later. Message me if you want the list and we'll talk about it. Later.